good at, you can start building your team. You can start finding your niche, right? You can start talking with people when you're getting active and ultimately execute and be successful. Third thing is to find your niche. The cannabis industry is complex. It's nuanced. It's not simple. You're not going to understand it overnight. And if you think you do, you're wrong. Okay? This is a market that is siloed, a lack of interstate commerce, rules and regulations that vary by state and zip code, right? It's not easy to get your brain wrapped around. So I would encourage you to become a student of the industry, okay? And that's a big part of getting active as well, right? Get out there and understand the people that you're going to be working with and engaging with, understand their stories, right? Understand how they're winning at what they're doing. This is all going to inform your journey into the cannabis industry. All right, so let's review here. So get active, assess yourself, and start finding your niche. All right, and I'm going to say one more thing about finding your niche because it translates to the next point. Finding your niche is as much about understanding who you are and your talents as it is understanding the industry, okay? As being part of Canopy and Canopy Boulder, I'm very lucky to start conversations with a lot of entrepreneurs when they begin looking at the industry. And the one thing that I'd say is that often we're finding entrepreneurs who want to make a shift to the cannabis industry and do something completely different than they've done in their careers, right, up to that point. So our advice to those entrepreneurs, and my advice to you today, is to start where you are, okay? Start where you are. If you're a corporate rating investment banker from New York City drinking 7 Red Bulls a day, you might not want to start as a trimmer or a bud tender, okay? All right, let's be honest with ourselves and our skill sets, because if you're honest with yourself and your skill sets, you're going to find the place in the industry where you bring the most value to the industry, all right? Because that's the biggest problem. We need to bring talent into the industry, people who know what they're doing. So if you're that corporate rating, high-powered investment banker from New York City, maybe, and you want to get into cultivation, maybe you're the perfect CEO for that very talented cultivator who's been working in this industry for 10 or 20 years, okay? Everyone needs your skills. That's sort of the baseline here. The skills are needed in this industry from where you've come. So you could be the CFO, you could be the CEO, you could be the chief fundraiser, do what you do best. Okay, so let's review here. Get active, assess yourself, find your niche. Okay, so those are the first 3. Fourth is that you need to start strategically building your team. So as you might imagine, this is all building up to building your team, right? If you can do all those 3 things, you can do the 4th, all right? Now, why do you need to start strategically building your team? We have a little joke at Canopy that a sole founder coming into our program is like cruel and unusual punishment, because we were at it for 16 weeks. And that may seem like a long time, but when you're building a business, that's a blink of an eye. All right? And there's some people in the audience who have been through the program I see nodding right now, which is exactly what I thought. You are best not going it alone, because honestly, are you going to do the accounting, the finance, HR, marketing, sales, design, business development, right? Are you going to answer the phones? Are you going to raise the money too? If you are, well, God bless you. Because you're going to need all the help you can get from the great powers above or wherever they're coming from, all right? And also, like, there are only so few fantastic CEOs who can do it on their own. There's only so many Steve Jobs out there that investors will look at and say, I'm going to put money into that. And even if you're Steve Jobs, you got to fund Johnny Ivey, right? You're not going to be doing it alone, because over time, you're not going to be able to get it done. Okay, so get out there and start having conversations. Be honest. Don't be afraid to share your idea. Don't be afraid to share your fears, your concerns, right? You want to find people that complement your skill sets. Complement your skill sets so that you can build a team, a foundation for this business, and also a foundation for the industry. Because every business that is launched in the cannabis industry is part of the foundation, the fabric of the future of the cannabis industry. So do it right, okay? All right. So quick tips on finding a team, building a team. Do take it slow, all right? Calm down. Don't slow down, right? Be mellow. Make sure you're doing things in a very process-oriented way, because it's like marrying and dating, right? If you go to a meetup and you find somebody you think you have the connection, they're the one, you're not running off to Vegas to get married, hopefully. Please don't. You want to see how these people work with you, right? You want to date before you marry. You want to make sure that if you work up on a couple projects together, that they react the same way that you do, or react in a way that complements you and your reaction, right? They deliver, they hit their deadlines, right? And they continue to move things forward with a spirit of goodwill before you get to documents, okay? And when you do find that great partner, make sure that you document everything accordingly. Everyone loves lawyers, I know that, and what they do, they can truly be valuable, because you're getting married to this person. Think about it. You're launching a business, and you'll be working together for 3 to 5 to 10 years, possibly for the rest of your life. So you better like this person or these people that you're partnering up with. It's very important to hire slow, to partner slow. Okay, so we've talked about getting active. We've talked about being honest with yourself and assessing your own skills. We've talked about now understanding the industry, finding that niche where you can create and generate the most value for yourself, your team members, and the industry. We've also talked about building your team. So the fifth thing we're going to talk about is executing, okay? Executing. When we are looking at teams of entrepreneurs applying to be part of Canopy and Canopy Boulder, the way that we assess them is founder team, founder team, founder team. It's just that simple, all right? And then what we look at that team, what we're really looking for is a team of doers, all right? People that know how to execute. People who are going to wake up every day and think, what do I have to get done to move this forward? And what did I do yesterday that I can build upon? Right? Ideas without execution are virtually worthless. And you know what? The great thing about the cannabis industry, there are incredible opportunities for strong entrepreneurs and strong entrepreneurial teams to execute. Think about it for a second. We're in this sort of limbo land, right, where in some ways a lot of the businesses in the industry are federally illegal. So what does that mean? From a competitive standpoint, that means you're not competing with multinational corporate entities who are throwing billions of dollars at your niche right now. And that's not going to last, okay? So what you need to do is to start moving, start executing. What does that mean? First things first, you build a team, you have an idea, start memorializing these ideas, these concepts, these processes. Start building a pitch deck, right? The business plan is kind of a thing of the past. Get used to PowerPoint, get used to the presentation software. You're going to be using it quite a lot. All right, start working on your financial model. Start talking about your dreams and aspirations with your team. Make sure you have the shared vision, right, with those teams. That is all part of executing, right? It's not about necessarily opening a storefront right away, because often you're going to have to go out and raise capital to start getting things done. So think about what you need to do to be investment ready. And at Canopy, that's what we focus on a lot of our time, all right, is building investment-ready businesses. Businesses that can go out, raise capital because they have a strong team, right? They found their niche. They've been active, right? They've been honest with themselves and their shortcomings, and they're executing, okay? So start executing. If we can do those 5 things, if you can absorb those 5 things in today, and then everything else that you're going to hear over the weekend, you're going to have a great chance to be successful in the cannabis industry, because the cannabis industry needs you. There are so many unmet needs in this cannabis market today. It's mind-blowing. And you know what? There are going to be opportunities for the next 50 years and beyond in this space, right? I come from the natural products industry, and that really developed in the 60s and 70s, and the hippies and their granola. Guess what? There are companies that started 2 years ago, a granola company. It built up And this is a bulk bin item, right? Bulk bin granola, really sexy, and it's not new at all. Built up, sold to one of the multinational food companies for about $400 million about 5 years later. So there are going to be opportunities in the cannabis industry to come for a very long time. So as we always say, calm down, get excited, but calm down, and get going, okay? So for the rest of the weekend, you're going to hear probably quite a few stories from some of the most seasoned entrepreneurs and business people in the cannabis industry. And you will probably hear some of the challenges, some of the hurdles, some of the obstacles, how hard it is. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's not easy. But if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it, right? Right? Understand that the greatest businesses, the most successful businesses in the cannabis industry, at least some of them, haven't even been created yet. They don't even exist. And if you can bring your skill sets, you can be honest with yourself, you can engage, you can learn the nuance of the industry, build a team, and start executing, you have an incredible opportunity to be successful. And it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We are in the process of birthing an industry here. And you have the opportunity to be part of it. So hopefully Monday morning, you wake up, brush your teeth, and you make the decision to join the cannabis industry because we need you. We need you in the cannabis industry. We need your skills. We need your talents. We need your drive. We need your passion. Because without you, who knows? So thank you for your time. I wish you the best. If you would like to learn more about what we do at Canopy, please reach out, canopyboulder.com. And I, again, thank Greenflower Media for allowing me to humbly be part of this fantastic faculty. Thank you very much.
Imagine a world we could live in, planting seeds in the minds of our children. Plant these trees and grow our solution. Hemp can heal the world. Imagine a world we could live in, planting seeds in the minds of our children. Plant these trees and grow our solution. Hemp can save the world.
Whoa. Now that definitely appears to be something interesting. Yes. I've seen something like this before. Yes, it's a superconductor. Yes, and there's something here on the wall, and I believe it's the king.
Turns out that it is the king.
But remember, it took 400 years to convince white people in America not to own black people. You can see why this is taking so long. We can't even treat each other with kindness, let alone treat the chickens and the pigs and the turkeys and the insects of the world with kindness.